don't believe we went hunting. As far as expecting foul play, guaranteed.
I mean, we don't know that, but this is definitely a dumping ground. I mean, it's been verified. They found 12 bodies out here.
He was killed and put in Martin's Creek.
I drug my hand through it. My thumb is covered in oil.
Can you smell it just standing here?
We're right dead center over it right now.
If you live in Clay County, you know this is the place to get rid of something.
If we do take the second to consider foul play, maybe it opens up something else.
Get off right there, he'll be sitting right there waiting on you.
Okay.
A black Dodge Journey, a 2017 Journey.
Excellent.
As soon as I get him took care of, I'll meet you where he's taking you to over to the pond.
Excellent, sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. All right, we're looking for a Dodge Journey. All right, here they come over here. Let's go meet them out here on the road. What a start to the morning for us, huh? Okay, pleasure to meet you.
He never called me. He was supposed to call me. I was going to be sitting over there waiting on him.
Oh yeah, he just said, yeah, get off at 20 and then my boy will be right there. So he didn't say where. I'm like, yeah, Dodge Journey. That's all we knew.
Actually, if you want, you can go right here and go up on the hill.
Okay.
There's a parking lot up there. You just can go up there instead if you want to, and I'll be up there in just a second.
All right.
If we're actually going down this road right here first.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. You know, my understanding so far is that he's a preacher man within the community, and that 1,500 people have come out in support already to help look for him.
More than that.
So,
A lot more than that.
So bring us back to like December 20th or so, like right before Christmas is my understanding.
Yeah. It's been almost a year now,
Yeah.
and we ain't seen the four-wheeler. It ain't been posted for sale nowheres, and we've been all over this county and a few more. I mean, the four-wheeler's it's like it's disappeared, just like him disappeared. That's all I know. That's all we figured out. He left, went hunting. That's all anybody knows.
Who knew that he was going hunting?
See, there wasn't nobody actually knew he was even leaving to go hunting. I'll tell you that they knowed he was going hunting. They didn't, but normally he would come out like right the minute before he left, he'd let somebody know he was leaving.
And your dad was saying there's 3 ponds in question, all within a 1 mile radius. Is that my understanding?
Actually, there's a lot of ponds that need to be checked, but I think he's going to take you all to up Kincaid. That's old. I don't know what it is up in there. All I know is four-wheeler riding place.
And it was either your mom or your dad that mentioned there's some potential 4-wheeler tracks going into it. Is that kind of what's been discussed in the family, or?
That's all that is four-wheeler riding place. And you might go in there, you might not find one four-wheeler, you might go in there and find 10 that's stolen. You could go in there, you might not find one person, you could find 20 that's been thrown in there. I mean, that's the way that place is. That's the way this whole place is.
And these ponds, they're near where he would have went hunting?
No. I don't believe we went hunting. As far as expecting foul play, guaranteed about it. And as far as the accident, I don't think it was. He, like I said, as far as leaving the house on his four-wheeler, hardly any of us think that he did. I mean, because we got camera footage going down the road from his house at different people's houses. And well, if you're going hunting, 9 times out of 10, you get on a four-wheeler, you're going to take a gun. We can't see no guns on the four-wheeler nowhere.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion, and a lot more's opinion. So it's untelling how this turns out. This ain't nothing but a drug hole down here. That's all it is.
We do have camera footage then of a four-wheeler with a person on it leaving the house going in one specific direction.
Yeah.
Okay. In fact, here, do this for me. Which direction was the four-wheeler seen on camera leaving?
But now his four-wheeler was seen at this residence on camera, right here on camera,
Okay.
over here on camera, right here on camera, pass up the cutoff road, which goes to Elk Mountain. He was caught right here on camera, just Chadwell Holler.
Okay.
And then he wasn't caught, and the camera caught him passing Chadwell Holler on the four-wheeler.
Okay.
You go on down through here, he wasn't seen no more because none of these people got cameras.
Okay.
And right here's the last camera on the road, right there in the curve.
Okay.
All right, he was not seen passing this camera. This is all that kudzu vine I was telling you about.
Okay.
Right here's where you go into it. Right there's how you get back across the parkway. You go right down here, and there's another place you can get across to get right back up in the woods.
Okay. And so, not seen here. And so then, if we wanted to then break down south, this is where we would go south to get to the quarry
Parkway.
we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. And then as we cut across and we go down through here, somewhere through the fence here. Now where do we go from there to get to the quarry?
You go back this way. You want me to move your phone?
Yeah.
You want to go back this way, follow the parkway all the way back up. All right, here's Manchester.
Okay.
Let's see. There's McDonald's. Where's the Walmart place? All right, you go down this road right here. Remember I told you we'd go down through there by McDonald's? Go down this road right here. It comes into 687. It goes this way. Keep it going. Keep going.
Now, would you ride a four-wheeler on this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've rode forward in Kincaid all the time.
Okay.
It just take a while to get, you know what I mean? It don't take that long to get there in a car
Right.
at all. I can have you there in 5 minutes from here. Well, 5 or 6 minutes anyway. Kincaid. See that little road goes up there?
Okay.
Is that it?
Yep.
That's the big pond.
Okay. And then there's three of them up here?
There's a bunch of them up in here. There's
Okay.
probably 50 some ponds all over the place.
Double check with your dad, make sure this is the one that had the four-wheeler tracks, and I would say let's go hit this one first so we're not burning daylight.
Let's just go. I'll call them on the way up there.
All right, sounds good. All right, sounds good, thanks. Well, we're gonna get the boat out on this one, and I was just telling Steven, probably gonna take us about 30 minutes once the boat's in the water, and we'll have answers as to what's on the bottom of this pond, and fingers crossed, and if not, we'll move on to the next one. We'll just keep this thing moving today.
Let's do a sonar overview so that we could bring you into the world of how it is we read our sonar here at Adventures with Purpose. First of all, we have two separate systems. Before we get into either one of those systems, the most important piece of reading any of this is going to be our speed. We want to make sure we're going 1.9 to 2.5 knots. Once you're going to correct speed, these systems will accurately give you an idea of exactly what it is you're looking at. Over here we have our Garmin Live Scope. Our Garmin Live Scope is going to tell us exactly what it is we're looking at in live time, directly what's underneath the boat, sort of in a 3D image, as you can see here. These different items popping up, some trees, some logs right there. Over here we have our Humminbird Solix 12. This upper screen here is going to be our down imaging. This is going to be a picture in time showing everything that we've gone over versus this one showing just accurate what's under the boat at the present time. Down here we have our live scan. We're casting 75 feet in either direction. The boat represents us right here, this icon, and our line of travel. To either side of that icon, the black columns indicate the water depth. So right here you're looking at about 13 feet of depth, and as you can see up here, 13.7 feet. We got a temperature of almost 70 degrees water temperature right now. And the riverbed right here is completely clean. You can clearly see all these trees. And this color change right here is going to indicate the bank about 30 feet over, which if you see over here, 30 feet. And depending on what we read here, we'll reference it on live scope and vice versa. So between the three, we'll have an accurate reading of exactly what it is, any target we identify in here. And that's the systems we use, how we use them. And speed is a very important factor, 1.9 to 2.5. There you have it.
So I would just say run our perimeter like we normally do. Let's see what we can find.
little bit different than what we're used to doing, Jared. Instead of looking for a car right now, we're looking for a four-wheeler. Which, we know how to find cars. We'll find a four-wheeler if it's underwater.
Especially when it's clean. Easy. So with this, you have like all the cattails and stuff, so you're not getting a four-wheeler into that. Plus you end up really shallow over here. So everything's real marshy over here too. So I would, since the side scan is on this side, I'm really interested again. Let's hit that back corner again, and then let's just run that entire bank only about 10 feet out. Is this a surface lily, or is it going all the way down? Like, are you reading underneath of it by chance, or are you hitting all the vegetation with it?
It's borderline. We could be missing something.
Like, even though we have like a bunch of growth and vegetation here, I'm not concerned about it because of how marshy it is right here with the cattails.
Right.
So that I rule out.
Yeah. Here, you're not gonna be able to get it through there and make it disappear.
Yeah,
It's-
what you're
it's
looking more
off the bank over here. It's
off
drop
the
off.
bank, yeah, where the road is at, off the ramp that we came in. You got something?
I don't think so, but we'll get a different scan.
It's on your left, which is weird. It's farther out than I would have thought.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't know what it is yet. I want to say we went right over the top of it. I don't see how though, because it was further out.
What's your speed?
2.6. Okay, perfect. Definitely not a four-wheeler. Yeah, there it is. Right off to the right. That's what we just went over. And got that rock identification. Right now it's a process of elimination. We know this is not the spot, on to the next. So we'll load up in pickup truck and get up there.
Pickup truck, we'll take you back up to the other pond and we'll go from there.
Yeah. I think that'll be fine.
All right, well, let's throw the motor and the other battery in there too then, Doug.
Yeah.
That's what made me think the four-wheeler might have been brought back and put in that pond, because 2 days later we was up here. The four-wheeler, once that went down, but it didn't show none unless they back up the same track. That about be impossible to do. But now, between now and then, that's been 10 months.
Right.
Yeah, they could have very well, got it. Somebody got it out there. They know they put it in there.
Yeah. Well, we'll get up there and we'll check it. And then a body that is not attached to anything. There's going to be 2 float processes. One within 5 to 7 days and one a couple weeks later. After that, just a body. It can be hard to find. But a four-wheeler, you're not hiding a four-wheeler from us underwater. It's going to come up.
Is your dad one that would go past no trespassing signs?
Do what?
Your father, is he one that would be going past no trespassing signs?
No.
Okay, so he's not up in one of these two.
Not up there.
So we'll search this one then. All right, I'll pull in front of you.
And there it is.
There you go. All right, back up, back up. Yeah, single cab pickup. So right here, Carson, directly out from you, we're right dead center over it right now. A single cab pickup. If I had to guess, I'm gonna say it's a Ford Ranger. Smaller pickup.
There it is.
Okay, back up, back up, back up. Yeah, it's a Ford Ranger. Now we turn it like this. See that? See that? Single cab Ford Ranger. My guess is a Ford Ranger.
Ford Ranger is staying one. Yeah, one.
Yeah, single cab.
Yeah.
About 90 something, 2,000 miles.
That gives you good representation. I mean, we know the four-wheeler goes in the back of the pickup truck, and
The four-wheeler's going to show up just same way that truck did.
All right, I'm gonna go.
I mean, we're
I'm
here
gonna
for
go
you
turn
guys.
around.
We're on a specific case. I mean, if we were just BSing around, we'd dive in on that truck. But that's just going to waste our time helping you guys, you know. And most likely, that's just a stolen dump, you know.
Stolen shot in.
Yeah. 5-mile radius from his last known location, which we're right in the heart of at this point. We know he didn't make it to the last camera on this road.
Okay.
And we know he turned off. And when I asked him, I was like, okay, so if we know he didn't make it down there, where would he have gone off? So we're going up here to where he would have gone off in the closest body of water based on that. It's not aggressive terrain for him.
Yeah.
So it's easily manageable, realistic for him to come up here. Visibility's great.
Good.
I'm surprised.
Just to confirm, in December, does this lake freeze at all with ice on it? Just 20-25 feet or so offshore. Dropped down to 20 feet already. It's gonna be real easy to spot something in here. The bottom is nice and clear. We're not dealing with any foliage like we were before. Somewhere up here is where Dad's house was, up on the other side of the hill, Carson, and then that we're gonna end up running into some four-wheeler trails, and that's what we're gonna be looking for, is just a potential accident scene to where maybe he came up close to the water, ended up passing out, ended up hitting forward instead of reverse. We just simply don't know. That's the main thing we're gonna be looking for. Every location, we're hopeful. We just came past that big pile of brush right there, and in doing so, we were coming the other direction. I just want to make sure that like some of these other shadows that are tangled up in it is not what we're looking for. And so we're gonna park ourselves right over the top of it to get a better reading. Just some rocks and some trees there. So what I envisioned with four-wheeler trails is I envisioned them coming off the hill down in the water in more of like a hill climb scenario, to where it's like you come down, kind of do like a tight turn, and then you head back up, is what I was envisioning. Here, because it's only 5 feet deep here right now, that's why you have all of the foliage and everything, and any boat that ever came in here, you can just look straight down and see if there's anything in here. And even if this was a intentional, you're not going in here because of how shallow it is. Take a look at this pond that we're on as well. It's called Combs Lake, is where we're at. So we started over here at the boat ramp. We searched the boat ramp, we searched the dam area over here. We came across to this fork over here. We've done this entire wall. We're almost at the end right here. Maybe another four-wheeler trail or two over there. We're getting at 4 feet right here. So see, now you can already see the entire bottom again. So if there's anything in here, you don't even need sonar to spot it right now. And then we'll come around that entire side just to see if there's any place where a four-wheeler can get in, and then we'll search the other little finger as well up here. Yeah, see, we're only at 1 foot now here. Alright, the kicks. Let's see what this is out here. First glance, that looks like a four-wheeler. If you look at it, it's like, oh, it's like, oh yeah, look, that's the front of a four-wheeler, and then that's the shadow behind it. That's the seat, that's the handlebars, and it could be because we were also turning the corner. So when you're turning, things read differently as well. So because of that, we're gonna run over this area 2 or 3 different ways just to verify. Got a sketch trail coming in there. I don't think this is this angle it's not. So now we'll go back to the right a little bit, and we'll pull over about 18 feet, and we'll go right over the top of that. So now we should be close to direct down imaging, which will give our height as well as light scope. And then we'll see if we can pick it up on the right side of the boat. Yeah, so see, we didn't get it that direction. Yeah, so not a four-wheeler, just the way that the rolling of the bottom was casting shadows in here. But the one thing that we have done with this one that we haven't done with others is we covered the entire bank of the entire lake here. Normally we would not have done that because we're dealing with cars. However, four-wheelers, you know, you can sneak them into these little spots even though it looks like there's a bunch of foliage here. It's always possible, and if that did happen, I don't want to miss it. So far, the bottom's been really clear, and we haven't spotted what it is that we're looking for. Definitely clear, 100%. I mean, I can look you and your family in the eye and say, guaranteed. So your dad's not in here. So where would you like to go next?
We're going to Elk. That's where we're going.
Elk next.
Plywood Mountain.
Okay, great. Let's go hit that one then. And then how far is the Elk Lake from here?
The other place we're going,
Yeah.
just down the road, over this hill right here.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, we're coming down the hill.
I guess we can't get back there. We'll go back in a pickup.
With this, did he have any type of depression? Has he ever said, I'm going to commit suicide?
No.
Or nothing in that? Coming back to now knowing that we have camera footage and we also have family eyewitness testimony of him coming up, why would we then circle back to the potential of a family member rather than this is an accident?
Well, for one, if he was going hunting and he actually left to go hunting, he would have called the three boys and said, hey, I'm going this place. This was his normal routine. He never went anywhere without telling them where he was going, when he would be back.
Any pre-onset of dementia?
He had mentioned that he had been driving before and not remember where he was at.
Okay.
That he had actually went to Walmart and didn't remember how he got to Walmart or why. But he had not mentioned that he'd been doing it a lot. He said that he had done it a few times.
Okay. And then bring me back to also, I kind of overheard at the end of the conversation I walked into as far as him blacking out. That this has started becoming a normal thing, or like once a week, once a day.
Yes, he would black out and fall.
Sometimes they may not do it for a couple of weeks.
There was he would take spells of doing it a couple times a week.
Okay.
And he would be okay, and then it would hit him
Any
again.
other time, he would have waited.
If we don't find Bob tonight, we're not cutting out of here. We're staying for the next day or two because we know he's in the area somewhere. If he's in the water, we need to clear every, potential
Like I said
water.
earlier, that would be my main thing right there. Because we can go get access, we can walk, we can ride ATVs, we can go places like out on the ground.
We just are not
when it
able.
comes to deep water, we have nothing to do it with, and no one around here has it.
Yeah. So
Law
what?
enforcement, fire departments, they
Yeah.
have nothing like
So know that we're here for you for the next couple of days. Whatever you need from us, we're not gonna leave until we have
places that we can't get
appreciate
in.
either home or I've cleared all the water that we're like. Now we're looking at the entire state. I can't do the entire state, but I can
Right.
do what we normally do.
Right.
So.
That's good.
Ah! No!
Oh, what was that?
Well, my wife thought that I would lose them within the first week, and boy, did I prove her wrong. It took me 3 weeks to lose my glasses on this trip.
Oh.
Take that, honey. All right, 6 feet, 7 feet. Nice bottom, easy to scan. Just covered the one pond where he's been known to hunt before, and this is after we've come up the hill from his house. There's a second pond that's hiding back here. It didn't look as likely as far as being able to get into the pond itself, but we want to make sure we clear all the waterways that are up here. So far I don't see any entry points, plus if you look at it you can actually see all the moss and the overgrowth and everything, but I mean it looks like maybe over on this side you might have a little bit of depth. Yeah, I don't see any entry into it. But you have like no four-wheeler access or anything, like it's just
But it's all that is
overgrown.
shallow out.
Yep.
Plus it's shallow all the way around. It's like 15, 20 feet out. It's, you know, you're not gonna be able to hide anything. The only way you're gonna be able to hide something down there is if you put something directly in the middle from the middle. From the shoreline, nothing's gonna make it out. From what I saw, and then the drone is just showing the same thing.
What's our next possible location that we can get to that would make sense? So we have a Hayes Fork Creek. Is it fairly dry coming up?
Where is that at?
It's next to the mountain coming up. It's just like off the ravine on the left. Looks like there might be just a little creek. Okay. Let's go with the furthest. What's the furthest that he would normally go for hunting from here?
It'd be Britton Branch.
Britton Branch.
That's what I'm saying. Go straight across the Power Rogers, take a right.
Okay.
Be down on you, drive a little piece.
And I don't think that morning he'd went across. I went along part where the water was up. It just rained the night before. I mean,
Okay. Well, let's head over there then. Makes next logical sense for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
well, take it back.
Trying to walk all the way out to see if I can see in it, but you can see it's clear as day. You can see right down in it. It's only waist deep in the middle.
So it's only waist deep?
Yeah. But and it's clear. It's clear though.
Okay, so you can see everything in there.
Yeah.
So you see what he's talking about on there, like the gas bubble in the middle?
So it's more like a pollen or something that's across the water?
Yeah, I didn't see anything like that.
Because I took the drone down, then I moved, the air moved it, and so I created a bubble there, and the third one, and then they just all came together. No, I actually took the drone down there. Like I created it. So I created the disbursement. Here, I'll show you again.
Because you can see right in it. If you had that filter on it.
So I'm come down.
What did it show how far you see the shadow of the thing? There you go.
See that?
Yeah, I'm also on top of the water, isn't it?
Yeah. Over top of it. Watch this.
Why does that do that like that for?
Yeah, I know.
Well, you got natural gas or something.
Well, but gasoline's gonna evaporate.
Yeah.
It would be oil.
Who knows what's down in there? But just take a magnet down there.
I can't tell you how big they are.
There's definitely an oil sheen in here. Oh, it's something. Look at that. Yeah, that's oil. I got it on my hands. Look. Look at that. Yeah. Yep. I drug my hand through it. My thumb is covered in oil.
Okay, so we're gonna bring a boat down with the sonar. How deep are you landing over there?
I'd say about 4 or 5 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, that one just pulled up a rainbow. You can see it on my thumb here.
Just walking down here to dump it.
See it on my thumb?
From here.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't really smell it. But you can see.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see all skim right on top of the water.
I mean, why would you come way out here to dump some oil? You know? You don't. You're gonna dump that on the side of the road. Or just dump it in the middle of the woods before you even get down here.
Sides.
Right.
Just
Mud right here. You know? It's just all black. It's a brown leaf, but it's black. Yeah.
Can you smell it just standing here?
I want to say I can.
Yeah, I can.
It's got oil smell, it does.
Yeah.
I'm also paying attention for another smell too. I don't think this is it. This is regular pond smell. Just stale, nasty pond smell.
That smell different, though.
Oh, it does. It does. And when I smell it, I'll know right away. Marks this one off the list. On to the next.
Hey Doug, I'm gonna fly the drone, but I think you can see all the bottom there. It does look like it kind of drops off and it gets a little deep. I can see about 3 feet into the water there. Let me turn and shoot a different angle here, see if I can get anything better, different. I think that what's really going to determine it is just a four-wheeler trail straight down there and where the entrance is at. I can't tell what the depth actually is on it. Should we see if this has like the same type of oil sheen in it? If it's a leaf thing? If it's organic? Yeah, see, this isn't doing it like the other one. Yeah, see, we'll lift it up. Yeah, see, this is not doing it. Alright, so I mean, I really can't tell the middle of it. I mean, it could be 8 in the middle. Still dark enough that we can't tell. Let's go see what that path looks like, and probably gonna have to haul the boat down there. Clear this one properly. Alright, so let's look at this from a, not reaching, but from a hunting, tracking, realistic popping a four-wheeler into here. Are we somewhere else over here, though? Popping one in.
You come in right here where we're at.
Yeah, and you're only gonna be 10 to 15 out. See, I just tossed magnet. I'll walk the rest of this while you're doing that, but all the holly on that side, no.
Yeah, it's so shallow here.
I think really, if anything, you're only bet right now.
Not a lot of stuff in here either.
Yeah, come toss on this corner.
Yeah, 3.5 feet. tops. And you're not gonna get out there. It's like 1.5 feet right here.
The last time that he was seen on camera, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the last camera over here. Let me verify that.
Don't tell what holler's name of the holler where he's at. Last one, see.
The hollow, or okay, back down here, right here, Chadwell Hollow. So this is the last camera.
He's going past that.
And he's going past that. So we have ding, 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 ding for 4 minutes from leaving his house. This is the last one. So we come back to his house here.
Okay.
Never seen again after that. Never came back this direction after that. We had just one body of water right here to the north, but this has a berm and it's all gated and fenced off. And saying that he would never end up cutting the fences or take the fences down.
Right of that.
Yeah. So we have nothing else this direction except for it goes dead end unless you're on a four-wheeler.
Right.
Then you can break through to the other side here.
Right.
Before I get to my question on that, I just want to show you never seen beyond this intersection.
Yeah.
The other camera that's available on this road is right here. At that 90, there's a house with a pond back there, and they watched all the footage on that.
Right.
So then that brings us back to nothing to the north that you can get to, and to the south we then only have this one crossing. Is there any other crossing? We only have this crossing. Okay, so now besides taking it all the way to the very end and jumping across here, are there any other ones that's going to get us down like into this valley or anywhere else off of here? I didn't see any other turnoffs. And how far south would he go for hunting here?
The thing about it is, he put a gallon of gas in that four-wheeler before he left. My little brother ciphered it out and put it in his truck to get out to the gas station because he didn't know he was out of gas, so he was at home, and Dad said, go ahead and cipher it out and put it in your truck, get over and get you some gas.
Okay.
Bring me a gallon of gas back so I can go hunting if I want to. He ain't going to venture off and go, like way through,
Yeah.
Okay.
This would have been the first he would actually come if he did come this first.
Right. So he would not be going to the end of the road here,
Not taking the chance on running out of gas before he got now.
cutting south and cutting towards any of these.
And without a wallet, So he's gonna make it he knows he's gonna go somewhere he can get to, set up, hunt, and make it back.
That's the point got me, that somebody done something to him. He's talking about a pond, buried him on the side road up here somewhere, stole the four-wheeler, took it wherever, or he got up here on one of these pond sets and hunting. He had a bad thing where he'd black out when he stood up fast. And he just, like wherever that, he failed.
Right, and you guys have walked all these ridges. I mean, you guys have done everything. I mean, like I said, you guys have 3,000-4,000 people that have helped you guys over the past year.
And this was winter time too, so you can see way better out here than right now.
So let me ask you about these ponds here. Have you guys ever gone hunting at any of these ponds?
No.
Okay.
Not the ones that were not doing that, no.
Okay, so this is not part of his normal hunting territory.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just say by chance, for some reason, this camera here at the corner did not pick him up, and he continued further north. Did he ever continue further north on his four-wheeler? And the reason why I was asking is because I don't know this Bluebird River. Is it, does it have a couple of pockets that are deep enough? That's what I'm looking at.
The same thing about it is, since he went missing, they come like a flood through here, and the water was up tremendously, and everything that I figured would even be in the river at that point in time, it's probably another state by now.
Yeah,
No,
it's not going to move.
Where it goes in at, it's gonna stay. It might where it rests at, it's gonna stay.
Would he ever ride his four-wheeler to the Redbird River?
He wouldn't have went that far, no.
We have no other water. I mean, like I said, I'm willing to stay in the area another day or two, but if we don't have any other water that's...
I need to see it on a computer. Bring up planet.com, look at all the different ones. Him having a gallon of gas helps a lot.
I just want to come back up to like the lake where I lost my sunglasses. That would also be outside of the radius for 1 gallon of gas. That's within the radius.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say I was wrong that I missed anything, but I'm almost being drawn for that one. I mean, saying that we had what appeared to be four-wheeler tracks going in there.
I see them. Look right at them.
I mean, I say that we go throw the monster wagon in there, we bounce that thing around there and just make sure that we're not missing something in there. The foliage is not giving us a false reading.
Yeah, I'm all for second guessing. You know me.
Yeah.
I mean, as good as I know we read sonar, I mean, I find it very, very hard to do.
Yeah, and the only section of that one that he's going in is right where we were at. There's no other, that's where the tracks were at, right? Where we were standing?
Where was that on the boat where you dropped your glasses?
Right.
Right there.
Exactly where is that?
I mean, let's go toss some magnets in there.
Okay. Hey, we'll do that and hit the drawing board really and hash it over.
Yeah.
Like what can we do? You know.
Okay. Well, let's head up there. Like I said, I mean, like I'm confident in what I saw and what I did up there, but.
Oh, I'm confident in you too. You're like the best in the world, but I'm all for putting a magnet too.
Yeah.
I mean, if any, it's just going to be more thorough.
Yep. All right, let's go do that.
I mean,
just to make sure.
We always say nothing's impossible.
Yep.
Yeah, because once something like this happens, it's a he said, she said, and everybody wants to act like they have some input.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a story.
See, I put a $50,000 reward out for you.
Yeah.
Nobody never said a word.
You would think something would have happened if somebody.
2019 model Chevrolet truck I was driving.
Yeah.
I put that up for a reward for you. Nobody said a word. I said, well, maybe they think I ain't got $50,000.
Yeah.
So I laid $73,000 out on my kitchen table, took a video of it on Facebook.
Right.
Probably stupid on my part, but I did, just to see if anybody would say anything.
Right. Yeah. You see.
Nobody said a word.
Because if somebody knows somebody else did something, they're gonna tell on them to get some money. You know.
So I figured, no, maybe the reward's too much. They don't want to take and say anything to get that much money to have somebody do something to them. So I just kept dropping it down 10,000, dropping it on down 10,000, dropping it on down. I got it down to $8,000. Nobody still ain't gonna say that. If it's a drug head somewhere was in the mix of it, hey man, that's a quick fix. I'll get that money and get me some drugs.
Yeah.
But that ain't happening either. So that tells me the people that done this ain't got no Facebook page. They don't know. They back in, I guess you would say, the older section of life. They ain't got social media. So they don't know all what's going on, or something would have been said by now.
Yeah.
And
which is common in these parts.
The guys that's cutting the trees, is what I just explained to you. They ain't got no social media, they ain't got no Facebook, they ain't got no nothing. Can't even be found like they're off the face of the earth.
Right.
Off the grid.
Right.
So, if they would have known anything like was going on, like the money's been offered, 1/3 of them guys would have ratted on one another.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially if they think they're going to get, well, I had over $100,000 altogether. $42,000 truck, a $26,000 Harley, $50,000 reward. I mean, if you know something,
yeah.
I mean, especially if you're.
People turn on each other nowadays for far less than that.
That's what I'm saying.
You know.
Something should have happened, but now it's been almost 10 months and still nothing ain't showed up. It's only a secret. One person knows it. More than one person knows it ain't a secret no more.
Right.
And eventually something's gonna come out. It's got to. It may be a year from now, 10 years from now. But it will come out.
As we're breaking down all the information as to, 1 gallon of gas, where he's seen on camera, where he's not seen beyond that, anything within that 1 gallon radius, where he's gonna make it back. Coming back to, I don't want to say that I missed something, but I have no problem ever falling on the sword. We want to go back to where I lost the sunglasses, which, as I understand it, is where the 4-wheeler tracks were at.
That one where the 4-wheeler tracks went in the water and we weren't checking for him.
So with that one, let's head back to that one. We're going to toss some magnets in there and see if we latch onto anything. We just want to make sure we cover everything, and talking around, heading to the end of this and dropping down to those other ponds seems to be out of the question because of the distance.
Yeah, that's too far.
Yeah. So that really brings us back to we have no other water unless, Redbird, was part of it. But
back to Redbird River.
Yeah.
That water got up tremendously high. It flooded the whole little town down there. I don't need a house going out there. So I just don't see,
That's the business down there without the water.
Right. So that brings us back to really our one and only real one that's, deep enough with some potential. Yeah. And so, whether, like I said, I don't want to say I missed anything, but, if we have some foliage that's growing up over it, over this past year, throwing some magnets in there, we're going to latch onto something. So we have a great big magnet bar too. So let's jump over there while we still have some daylight and just make sure we clear that one thoroughly for you.
So we're going back to the pond that we were at earlier just for the scenario that we might have missed something deep right there off that bank.
Here's what I will say. I may have. I'm not saying I did. But if I did, as I'm playing it over my head, is sonar right up against the bank. What if the four-wheeler fell over right on top of him and it's laying right against the bank there? Sonar will only read
Unless you're right on top of it.
Yeah, right. So with those four-wheeler tracks, where exactly did you see those?
Right there where you were standing at.
Yeah, there's nothing here. I don't want to call this foul play. I want to always come into this with I'm not solving the what or the how. If that's part of it, I'm here to solve the where. But I'm having a really hard time with bringing the where all the way out here.
Is this foul play? I mean, we don't know that, but this is definitely a dumping ground. I mean, it's been verified. They found 12 bodies out here.
That four-wheeler is not making its way all the way through town.
Well, we know supposedly he got a gallon of gas, right?
Okay.
What we don't know is how much gas was already in it. So let's just say he had a quarter of a tank.
Okay.
You know, just a little bit. So I mean, with another gallon of gas, it's possible he did have enough to get up here. He wouldn't have come this far knowing he wouldn't have been able to get back.
Right. So we have the fact that he left the house and he was seen on camera here, 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 and here over a 4-minute period of time where we have video evidence that he went that direction. We then supposedly have witness testimony from the family seeing him turn south and go up the hill where we went back to that same pond twice. But then we ran out of all possible bodies of water with 1 gallon of gas. What are we missing there?
I don't know. The only thing I think of is, look, we're following Johnny back out here to this pond, one of the last 2 ponds that you know may be in question.
Okay.
Go check the water, and I'll talk to them and see if there's anything we're missing, anything we haven't put together. Where you at, Bob?
All right, there's good for a minute.
A lot of the things that's happened, the way it's happened, there was a lot of drugs, rumored drugs involved with the youngest son. And it's, to me, we don't even think he ever got on the four-wheeler.
Right.
We think he was abducted sometime between midnight that night up until about 6:30 that next morning. And I don't believe that he ever went in the mountains hunting.
The four-wheeler being caught on security, you don't think that was him?
The time it took in the camera footage for him to walk to the four-wheeler, get on the four-wheeler and leave. A 69-year-old man with a bad leg don't move 13 seconds.
Right.
That don't happen in 13 seconds. You or me couldn't even do it in that time.
Right, right.
The camera footage, when you pull that in, this person has got their foot bent. And the only way that Bob's foot would have bent to that standard would be to break it.
Right, right, because it's a plate, right?
But when you pull the image in on a computer of that camera footage, you can tell the size of that person. And we've actually had people measure between the shoulders, from the shoulder to the hip, from the hip to the knee to the...
Yeah. It doesn't add up.
Nope.
We've exhausted what we normally come into is suicide or accidental. Well, we can pretty much rule those out now, you know? So going back to the drawing board, it's like, what else do we have to go off of?
We got a rumor that he was killed and put in Martin's Creek, that he was in a pond on Martin's Creek. Well, then we heard a different, kind of the same rumor with a different place. This was supposed to have been on Bull Creek in a well.
I know. We went up Bull Creek. We didn't find no
We've not.
vacant well.
We're yet to find a well.
We just found Bull Creek.
If they're gonna do something, they're gonna dump something and conceal it. They're gonna do it as quickly as possible.
If you live in Clay County, you know this is the place to get rid of somebody.
If we do take the second to consider foul play, maybe it opens up something else. And it's not just the thousands of people who have been out trying to help you. It's a whole year of just being out hunting.
Helicopters,
People,
drones.
ATVs are way of life around here.
That's right.
If there's a trail, it's been traveled.
Right.
Most likely. I mean, if you take a year, people have gone out there.
Somebody go across it.
Yeah, and nothing.
Nothing.
I looked for my cord that I used to pick up over here and it wasn't there.
How big is this? How deep is it right there? Huh?
It's trying to tell me it's 15 inches, but it's reading as though it's 15 millimeters. Yeah, like
16 inches? We'll know when he sticks that paddle in right now.
yeah, like it's not reading. Like it's less than a foot is what it's reading. Make sure this is right. Yeah, I mean, I'm touching right here.
There might be a hole or something in there somewhere.
See any other entry points over there? This actually goes back further than I thought it was going. 10 feet still, 10 to 11 feet. Plenty deep. If you had an access point over here. Nice smooth bottom though. Easy to read. So before we head back in, just for kicks, let's run more of this pond over here. I want to run it up to that deep corner again. I know that all of that's like 2.5, 3 feet. And I just feel like this is like a weird pond. Like, not necessarily drive something in, but maybe take a boat out and I'm just gonna cover it for kicks. All right, so we're coming back up to 3 feet again here. I got really shallow right there. Yeah, it's clear. Yeah, you got 12 feet for the deepest out here, 13 feet. Oh, so Johnny, where's your wife at? I told you guys that we'd stay another 2 or 3 days if you need us. And I'm here for you if, you know, we're not throwing darts. You know, we need to be very strategic if we have something to go on. Do we have anything else tonight? Do we have anything that if we stay another day, like, Jared, we have like these 10 that need to be checked as well. We have, where are we at with this that we can help you out?
There ain't no pond right in here close, because we've been there one of them, and the next thing it'll be is where we was at before, back on ground.
If the family wants to sit down tonight and be like, all right, here is 10 solid locations, like let's put the boys, let's utilize them one more day, we're here for you. On the flip side, if you're like, you know what, you know, everything you guys did today, you guys went above and beyond, and we can't think of anything else, you know, then we're gonna move forward and we're gonna head up to Cincinnati and we got another case tomorrow, but we're not meeting with family tomorrow, you know, so I don't have anything, I don't have anywhere that I have to be tomorrow. If you need me, we're here for you.
Oh no, I just can't see somebody putting somebody in a big on haul them out for myself.
This is really the present what I'm above and beyond what I figured it would be.
I mean, it's endless, really, you know?
That's my fault. So I'm saying I can go, I could take kids and onions for 2 weeks in ponds. But what good would it do us? We don't know, because we don't know if somebody hauled him to that point and put him in it, taking the back roads to get away with him. Because most likely that's what's happened. Somebody hauled him somewhere or done something with him, buried him or something. Right. You know, because we know he ain't in these ponds now. all the places that ever hundreds, probably a couple thousand people have been walking. He's not been found yet, so.
But what I can say, that's the only way, unless they just come out and say, hey, we killed your dad and here he is, it's worth putting him at. I mean, there's much left to do.
And I appreciate you
Appreciate
all
it a lot.
saying you would stay another day, but like I said, unless I take you out on tell them, wherever, that's the only way. I'd never go anywhere else. And like this right here, and I don't see him ride no forward to here. At Nary Pond on King K.
Yeah.
But there's over the years, there's been so many people, and they have drug a lot of bodies out of these ponds.
Right. And I know you guys are worrying about that foul play factor, and this makes sense. But
It makes all
coming
sense
out
in
of
the
it, at
world
least
to
you
me.
know these aren't it.
Right.
And I know that's not a lot, but it's something moving forward.
That's right.
Well, I'm glad we could help you out.
I appreciate it, man.
Hey, absolutely. I wish we had better answers for you tonight.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. You don't mind much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But like I said,
Oh,
I know you guys has got other people waiting on you as well as we were waiting. So, and they'll be as thankful as we was. I guarantee it.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
He had a strong heart for the Lord. He was a very loving man. We noticed on Tuesday night that he wasn't home when my brother went up, as he usually does. He had belongings that he took possibly with him. His hunting bag was missing, and it was muzzleload season. It wasn't new to him. He had great survival skills, so he's a very smart man. And mentally, he was fine. Didn't have dementia or anything like that. We just really ask for prayers from everyone who can help us hopefully find out.